assaults up this hill. You've got men that have been fighting all day long. You've probably got a layer of smoke about 6 foot thick over this battlefield. You've got wounded animals, wounded men screaming, crying. Temperatures in the 90s, probably 98 degrees. Extremely hot. Very little water that they can get to. So the water's all around them. So this is a hell of a scene. So when you're in that kind of a situation, you don't want people thinking on their own. I want them to hear one voice only. That's mine and my NCOs. I want them to react. I want them to move as one unit, as one hand. Start to do that. Start now. Forward. One of the things they were taught to do was load their weapons. They had a drill called loading it 10 times. It went like this. And again, every time, no matter how fast they loaded and fired their weapons, the average infantryman can fire a weapon 3 rounds a minute. Well, you've got to be hustling. But every time he hit these 10 moves, it was loading 10 times. Number 1, load. Foot comes down, or weapon comes down next to their left foot. Number 2, handle cartridge. Number 3, tear cartridge. They had to have 2 good counter-opposing teeth on the same side of their face. Number 4, charge cartridge. Number 5, draw rammer. 6, ram cartridge. 7, return rammer. Number 8, cast the bout. Number 9, prime. Number 10, shoulder, arm. Every time. Loading 10 times. Now they broke those down in moves like loading 4 times when you break these moves up. And basically it was, handle cartridge, tear cartridge, charge cartridge, draw rammer, ram cartridge, return rammer. But you did all 10 of those moves. We taught them to do it the same way every time consistently, both for safety and numbers and ranks and for field expediency. Thank you, gentlemen. Post. Talk about different firings. Fire control is very important in any combat situation. Fire control is important to controlling that situation, winning that situation, actually winning or coming out of that situation alive. To give you an idea of some of the fire control methods. Attention company, shoulder, arm. Hey. Right now the company, by the way, is in column. This is I marching from point A to point B in a column. But in order to fight them, I've got to put them in a line. Company, 5 file right, march. 5, company in the line, march. The enemy has presented himself in a 3 line. Right wheel, march. Company, call. Now they're in a line. Not too far in front rank, rear rank in a line. They stay tucked, they stay tight together. Cover and rep. Company, load. Now you notice they all do the same thing. They're all going through the same 10 steps. Some may be a little quicker, but all pretty much together. Now, first thing we'll fire is a company volley. Generally company volleys, massive battalion volleys, that sort of thing was done when I was able to get my unit up on the flank of the enemy and insulate my fire into their rest. This is where I was firing the length of their range, short shot, long shot, every shot's going to hit. Kind of the same theory that if we'd have got cannon up on top of Gulf's Hill, we could shot the length of their fish up and we could run cannons off the hill. Fire by company. Ready. Aim. Fire. Low. Like one finger on the trigger. Like one finger on the trigger. Oftentimes you would fire them by rank as well, again to control the firepower. After only a couple of rounds out of one of these weapons, that weapon becomes extremely hot. Hot to handle. Hands blistering, so on and so forth. You'll notice on the number 4 move, charge cartridge, where he flips his hand over that muzzle before he dumps that powder. If that thing goes off in a hot barrel, worst case scenario, he loses a finger and a thumb maybe, or burns a finger and a thumb and doesn't lose his whole hand because he's over the muzzle of that weapon. I mean, the very same saying, keep your hand away from the muzzle. Fire by rank. Company, ready. Rear rank. Aim. Fire. Whoa. So we're at a short distance. I've still got my front rank loaded. They're ready to fire. My rear rank's reloading. As soon as I see that they're pretty well loaded, then I can fire the front rank and I can keep up that kind of rate of fire all day long. Keep the enemy ducking. Now I've conserved my ammunition. I've conserved my people. Front rank. Aim. Fire! Whoa! Oftentimes, now this is a small unit. The average size of a company is 100 men. A full strength company is a little over 100 men. The average of the size of a full-size regiment is about 1,000 men. It's 10 times 100 companies, on 10 companies to a regiment. The average size of the Confederate infantry company here at Gettysburg, 1863, probably about 25 to 30 men. Sometimes 20 being more active. So you would have a full regiment that maybe consisted of a couple hundred men. 250, 300 men to a regiment at this point in time, you were in pretty good shape. If I was going to bring these men into the field, as I marched them up and walked them up on this line, this first company got dropping them up on line, I've got other units coming behind them and I'm masking behind them on line. So I want these gentlemen here to start firing to keep the enemy's heads down while they unmask. To do that, I fire by file, which is probably the most prevalent and most used firing technique during war. Company, fire by file. Company, ready. Commence. Fire. Front rank, rear rank, fire by file. And all I'm doing is trying to put lead downfield. I'm not trying to hit anybody in particular or anything like that. I'm just trying to keep the enemy ducking while everybody else unmasked online. Immediately after they would finish firing by foul, you could fire the whole company. After they finish firing by foul, each man would immediately reload. Unless given another order, they would immediately start firing it independently, as quick as they could load the fire weapon on fire. Boy Scouts come in. Oh, we're about.
After me,
Where's that? Sorry? Boy Scouts in? Going in the Marine Corps? I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's get you practiced up. Sam? Alright, Sam. Order R. Get a drink, boy. You never realize how important it is to have water.
Hey, Sergeant Knott!
Sir! You heard that one, didn't you? Sir. Alright.
Attention, company! Shoulder, hard! Hard by company. Company ready? Ready? Fire! Yep. Cover hard. Fire!
Listen to me and he's here to him. Tell him. Right.
Right. cover, arm. Shoulder, arm. Fixed bayonet. Shoulder, arm. Right wheel, march. Forward, march. Charge bayonet. Halt.
There you go.
Shoulder, arm. Order on. Replace the rest.
A round of applause. Folks have any questions, anything we can answer? If we don't know the answer, we'll make something up sound pretty good. Well, I'm going to get these boys back to camp, let them get a chance to cool down. Y'all are welcome to come back and ask them any questions you have with the equipment up close.
When you had the lines out, why did you start staying back and not start the trip?
Because they were helping the captain direct fire from the rear ranks. So what would happen is they're trying to make sure guys are staying up on line. For example, these two men here, you know, he's a rear rank man. Sergeant Zuzek's front rank man. Turn this way. Now, go ahead. Okay, I want to make sure both as a captain as an NCO, these men are staying tight. You know, again, you don't want a guy stepping back and having that weapon go off inside the other guy's face and that type of thing. You want to make sure that these men are staying up on line, that they're not getting antsy feet and want to run. So in order to post them. So you want to make sure your NCOs are helping you direct fire from the rear ranks. Of course, here I am trying to yell fire commands, and in a lot of cases they're relaying those commands behind the ranks. So several different reasons. It's all chain of command while you're trying to keep everything flow. And they're an extension of the captain's hand. And the first sergeant runs the company. I'm sorry, sir?
That first rifle you had, is that like a shotgun?
Smooth bore, yes sir.
Smooth bore?
Shot a buck and ball though. They did have some that were rifled. They did rifle some later on. And they, like I said, it was a smooth bore, 69 caliber, fired that 69 caliber buck and ball. Later on they did rifle some. A lot of these were converted to flintlocks. They had like 18 12 flintlocks. They drilled a hole in the top, soldered up to the prison. That's the handle. Like I said, we'll be going back to camp. Anybody have any questions? Feel free. Thank you very much. Thank you all for coming out.
That's a double.